Hey everybody, this is Pinky with Pinky Jackson Organizing. And I wanted to talk to you about virtual organizing because what I've been hearing is that there are people who would like to get some help remotely, but they don't know what to expect. And that there have been people who want to get help, but they're too embarrassed to get on a Zoom call and show me around their house. So I wanted to address both those topics. So first of all, as far as being embarrassed by the state of your home, let me just cut right to the chase. Your clutter is my job security. So there you go. I truly have no judgment about people's stuff. It's not only because it is what I do, it is professionally what I do, but it's also because I have such respect for someone who has finally decided to gift themselves with some help. And I know how much courage that takes. For folks who really feel disorganized or cluttered, whether they just have a couple of messy areas in their house or they just feel overwhelmed by clutter in every room, it takes a lot of courage to stop and say, I need some help, right? So it is just something I love to do. I love to help people and get their lives organized and their homes beautiful, and it's what I love to do. And I've been doing it so long and seeing so many people make such great strides that I have so much respect and just love for folks who are doing this work, and I'm happy to help them. And it is job security for me, even though right now I'm gifting these sessions because I just want to do my part. And we were planning on gifting those until the end of April. But because I've gotten this feedback from people who really want the help but need a little bit of encouragement, I'm going to extend that for a little bit longer. Right now, let's say a week, and then we'll see what timing works, right? So I wanted to, first of all, let you know that even though when I look at a house via a Zoom call, or I go on site during the regular time where we're walking through a house to see what services I would recommend, what help I can do. Even though I have no judgment about that, I truly don't. I'm just observing and seeing what the situation is. In fact, one way to kind of understand where I am with that is take a look at my website, pinkyjackson.com. You won't find any before pictures. I don't do before and after pictures. Part of it is because 30 years ago when I started doing this, we weren't all carrying a camera around in our pocket. But part of it, even as that became a trendy thing, and I've seen so many trends come and go and come and go, come and go with organizing. That's one that, although I definitely see its advantages, and I can see how it's inspirational and it helps people and it gives them ideas. For at least right now, what I like is that we just look at the vision of what you want your space to look like. What is your goal? What do you want to envision and manifest? And the other thing is, I don't want you to feel any blame or shame or guilt. And so those pictures are something that's past. That's already past. And yes, it's helpful. It's helpful historical information of how we got here and what our habits are. So I definitely do take it into consideration. And I take before pictures if the client's okay with that, but no one ever sees them except me and my team if they need to, in order to create the action plan, right? And to make sure that things go exactly where and how you need them to be in your home. So they're completely, protected confidentially. But I also think it's just really important that you don't carry that burden of what that image looked like, that you just kind of know it and see it and look at it and then let's move forward, right? So truly, zero judgment. That just kind of gets in the way, and you don't deserve that. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be very pleased with how organized and peaceful and productive your home is. So that's one thing. The other thing is that we can work with you without ever seeing your home and just talking to you on the phone. Long time ago, we didn't have Zoom calls, and we didn't have even, weren't doing email. We were doing a little bit, but we were not communicating as digitally and electronically as we do now. And I've always had people who need help, even though they don't live in my neighborhood or my town or even my state. And we can definitely do it over the phone, just having a phone call. Tell me what you're looking at, tell me what you're dealing with. Okay, let's do this. And I can really help you make a big difference right then on the phone call, and then give you some homework, if you will, a few things to do, and then we talk again and we check in and what's working and what's not working, and it works. It's a really nice, and for some people they love that. They really like, even though they can work with me in person or they want to fly me out to have me do something, sometimes they just, a phone call to kind of like a coaching call is what it is, and problem solving and really specific, okay, what's this looking like, let's do that. So that's a possibility. To never see their homes, so that's something we can do for you. And I've also done it via email, with pictures, like you take pictures and I take a look at them and we email back and forth. So I just thought I'd let you know that. And then the second thing is what to expect on a virtual organizing call or a phone call or a texting, something that's not on site. Like, what can you expect? And first of all, I customize everything. I definitely have specific systems, lots of different trainings, lots of different things that I incorporate, but it's not cookie cutter. I don't do the same thing exactly for every single person, because every single person is different. Their styles, their habits, their personalities, their needs, their priorities, their stuff, their volume, everything's a little bit different. And so we have to customize a plan, but then we also have to flex and adapt as we're executing that plan to give you the most efficient process that also still feels really good to you. And that's really important. I want it to feel good to you, because managing our stuff is kind of lifelong. We're going to do it for a while. We're going to have stuff, whether it's just a few things or many things. So the process is going to be customized, but in general, a phone call can start cold, can start with just, let's talk on the phone and I'm listening. You're telling me, what are you going through? What are you experiencing? What is your motivation for calling right now? Do you have an impending move? Do you have to downsize? Did you just get divorced and you have these things and that you've got to figure out how to do it differently? Are you now going to keep your remote office at home? All of those things, transitions, traumas, changes, updates. Have your kids just all aged out of a certain amount of clothing and you're overwhelmed by those things? So all of those things are reasons that you might give me a call. There's so many reasons that you might need a professional organizer on your side. And so the call usually starts with you sharing whatever's going on. And if you can't really articulate it, I can guide you through that. There actually are people who just call and say, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't even know. Here's what I'm experiencing. And I can ask enough questions and we can have enough of a supportive type coaching call to where we can kind of figure out where to start. And then we get started. We take one step at a time. We address whatever the priority is. I can teach you over the phone or through a Zoom call, anything, how to set up a system, how to set up a sorting area, how to empty a certain area, where to start. There's really good best practices on where to start in a home and in a room in order for it to be efficient and it to be safe. And then we customize that with your priorities and your needs and what's going on in your market. Like right now in our market, we've got to be really creative because most, if not all of the donation sites are temporarily closed. And so we've got to get creative and understand how to best help our clients deal with that and how to schedule pickups. Because, if someone's an organizing client of mine, if they're a package client of mine, we're going multiple times, we take all their donation and recycling and drop-offs for them. And, right now that's pretty restricted. So we have to talk about what plan B is that would work really well for them that we can work with, and how to reschedule those pickups if we need to, and whatever they need is what we want to, focus on. And so we go through the call or the email or the Zoom, which is also a call, isn't it? But just a plain non-video call. We can just do a regular phone call to where we're just talking and hearing each other's voices. We can go through a digital call, and I use Google Duo and Zoom work well for me, to where we are seeing. You're walking around your house with your tablet or your phone, and you're showing me an area, and I'm asking you to back up a little bit, turn left, turn right, so I can get a really good picture of it. Or you're texting with me, and I'm texting back, or we're emailing. Whatever's comfortable for you. Those are the things I can do. If you ask me to do something that I'm not proficient at, I'll take a look at it, see if I can make it efficient. If not, we'll come up with something. So that's what to expect with virtual organizing. And I may have said remote organizing. For me, remote organizing, it can mean the same thing as virtual, but I actually travel to remote distances. I like to go other places to organize for clients who want to work particularly with me, who have moved since they've worked with me locally, who are in an area where they can't find someone with my level of experience and they really want to get it done right. Or they're, friends or family that love me and, we want to see each other and they need help getting organized. So there's the remote where I can go to you. There's my local organizing. My local service area is within 30 miles of Louisville, Kentucky, of our home office in Louisville, Kentucky. Our home office, that sounds kind of corporate. My office is in my home, so that's what I meant. So that is my local service area, and then I go up to another hour outside of that area, and there's just some, travel charge, and then within a day's drive, we do that too, and then we talk about, how to do that. So we'll go anywhere in the U.S. We'll go anywhere. It's just a matter of, what works for you. And with this virtual and remote organizing, we don't have to go anywhere. And so that's another really easy way to do that. So I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. Let's say we talked about the phone call, you telling me what to do, tell me what to do. You telling me what it is that you are experiencing and what your needs are and what's stressing you out. And I'll ask some questions. I'll ask quite a few questions to kind of really zero in on what would be the best action plan for you, and then I help you execute that plan. I give you guidance in exactly what to do. I follow up with my notes so that you have something in writing if you wish. I give you homework, and homework is optional. You're paying for my time, and if you would rather just talk about it a few times and talk about it a few times and then finally turn your homework in, that's fine. That might be what's best for you. But if you want to get everything done in between sessions, then that's great too. So there's really no wrong or right way. It's about the way that is most effective for you and feels good for you and is a collaborative kind of respectful feeling for everybody in the family or everybody in the house or everybody in the office space or everybody in the community space, whatever it is that we're organizing together. So pretty easy peasy there. And truly, for those of you who have said, I want to call you, but I don't want you to see my house, please no judgment. No one's going to hear about it from me or anybody on my team. And if you want to do it non-video, we can do that too. So hope that helps. If there's anything else I can do for you or something you want me to discuss, just shoot me an email, pinky@pinkyjackson.com. And there's free instructional guides and videos and such on my website. So if there's something there that would help you, please avail yourself of that. And the website is pinkyjackson.com. So as always, take good care, stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.